All right, friends. So this is the self-care planner that is done by Simple Self. And as you can see, I am showing you this from my bed because what I'm supposed to be doing is working on this grant application, which I'm not working on right now. Hey there, what's up, you guys? So I am here because let me just tell you. So earlier this year, I started bullet journaling, which I love. And I talk so much shit about starting bullet journaling. I was letting everybody know, like, excuse me, y'all, I'm about to start a bullet journal. So, my life is going to be completely right come 2021. Not exactly the case, first of all, because I still have two toddlers in my house with me. I am still running a whole entire business. And it's still 2021 and we still quarantined out here. However, I have really, really enjoyed bullet journaling over the last few months. But what I'm realizing is that there are aspects of my previous system that I really miss. And I think after 3 months of bullet journaling, I'm realizing I'm all embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed, but like when you talk, when you hype something up like so much, and then like later on, you're just kind of like, actually, so that's kind of how I feel right now. So after 3 months, what I'm realizing is that I really miss the planner that I had last year. I really miss planning in the planner that I had last year. And after a few months of bullet journaling, I'm realizing that maybe I was closer to planner peace than I realized last year. And so what I've done is I actually went ahead and purchased the planner that I had last year. They made a few additions to it, and over the course of this video and the next, I am going to show you how I plan to customize it so that it is closer to my bullet journal, and just be able to get to the point where I have those things that I love about my current bullet journal, plus what I loved about my previous journal. Like, I'm just trying to make it happen. I'm just trying to make it happen. And also, when I went on to buy my new planner, it was so funny because I went on and the planner is itself $40, which is like, I know that shit is mad expensive for a planner. Don't come for me. I understand. Okay? I don't spend a lot of money on a lot of things. I just really like planners and craft supplies. So it's a $40 planner. I went to buy it, and of course it was like, oh, free shipping if you spend $75. And I was like, I ain't spending $75 on planners right now. Like, I ain't doing it because I'm not even supposed to be spending these money on this planner. So I was like, no, 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 no. But then I went to check out and shipping was like $10. So I was like, damn, dog, like I could either spend $50 on one planner, or I could just go ahead and spend $80 and just get two planners and then have free shipping, which I was just like, all right, go ahead and do it. But then I saw they had a deal, three for $99. So somehow I went on to spend $40 and ended up spending $100 on planners. So I'm gonna spend the time to get this right because I just spent $100 on this damn planner. Like, I'm about to use it. So let me show you what it looks like and give you a quick overview and review of this planner. All right, friends. So this is the self-care planner that is done by Simple Self. And as you can see, I am showing you this from my bed because what I'm supposed to be doing is working on this grant application, which I'm not working on right now. So we about to just take a break. And instead, I am going to procrastinate by walking you through the self-care planner, which I am really, really excited about. So, to give you a bit of context, this is the self-care planner that I used in 2019, beginning of 2020. So it was actually a bound planner. And I really love this planner. Just to like give you a little flip through of how I use this. This is a daily planner, which you'll see in a second. So I was a little nervous when I saw they had switched over to a spiral bound system, but I'll show you some of the pros and cons throughout the course of this review. The other thing that I want to show you is this is the bullet journal that I've been using this year thus far. So I've been using this as my bullet journal. This is a B5 size, which if you're not familiar, is is a little bit bigger than most of the A5 sizes that a lot of folks that we see on the bullet journal YouTube channel use. So to give you some context, this is my B5. This is the size of an A5. I would say this is one of the most common sizes that's used in bullet journaling, but for me, it's just a little too small. I need a little bit more space in my journal. And this is the self-care simple self planner. So it is a little bit smaller. Let me get this right, because I'm holding my phone with one hand because I'm not even getting a tripod. That's what procrastination is like. I don't have supplies. I'm just out here procrastinating, so leave me alone. So this is a little bit smaller than my current planner. So that's just to give you some context. I'm somebody who likes and loves to use a lot of space. I don't really like little tiny planners. I need to feel like I can, I don't know. I just want to get up in there. You know what I mean? So anyway, let me just show you a little bit of this. Is the self-care planner before I do any customizations to it. Now, I mentioned to you, and you can see I'm already starting to mess around, and I will show you later on in this video some of the customizations that I'm thinking about. So as you can see, it starts off pretty basic. You have the the name, email, phone number, whatever. If you lose me, please bring me back, or my owner is going to lose her shit. Page is like how I like to think about it. And then you get into actually this idea of how to use the planner. So this is, there are a couple different elements to this planner. There is the self-care plan, which is a number of pages in the beginning of this planner that are all about kind of really thinking through your current self-care practice. The monthly spread, which is pretty typical monthly spread. They also have a monthly reflection section, which really kind of goes in depth around how the month went, what it was like for you. There's an opportunity to set intentions at the beginning of every month. And then you have your weekly pages. And as I mentioned, this is a daily planner, so you have daily pages as well. And there is an end assessment at the end of the planner. Now, one of the things that I'll say is that I don't always love planners that have all of this shit. And I say that in the gentlest, kindest way possible. I actually like a lot of kind of blank space to be able to do what I want. So sometimes, I don't love, when you have all this, this is one of the things, to be honest, I don't love about the passion planner, for example. So you see, you have all of these pages that are oh, set your goals and do this and do that. And this is no different. So there are quite a few pages here, a self-care assessment, a self-care map, recurring self-care acts, vision, board for balance, goal setting, ideal routine. These are all things that I do not always like at the beginning of a planner, because I just feel like it just feels like a little too much. But I actually chose this planner for a reason. And you see, here's the self-care assessment where you get an opportunity to look and see, what you're doing right regarding your self-care. You can see rarely, sometimes, often, does not apply. I have not fully gone into this, but just looking at this, exercise rarely, get enough sleep. I have toddlers. What the fuck are you talking about? Go to preventative medical, which I haven't even had a primary care in 5 years. So clearly my self-care assessment is about to be struggle, but I am actually really excited to do some of these pages. As they stand right now, there's a page here that allows you to list any self-care acts you currently do at least once a month, for each category. So you have physical, emotional, social, and spiritual, as well as any blockers. So many. So I am going to have to definitely decorate these pages because they're super bland. But in this case, I'm actually looking forward to filling the self-care planner out, because in the last few years, I would say probably since the beginning of 2019, when I got pregnant with my daughter, that was just a really hard year for me. I lost several people that I'm close to. My grandma passed, one of my close friends passed due to suicide. And it was just a really, really hard time. And then I had this high risk pregnancy, and I think that was really during the time when I really just started to let self-care go almost completely out the window. And then 2020 was like, oh, you thought you were going to come into 2020 and have some self-care? Nah, you ain't. And so this time for me is very intentional around trying to really be thoughtful around my self-care. So I am going to actually fill out these pages. I'm actually going to fill out these self-care pages. I will go through when I'm decorating, and I will also go through kind of like filling out these pages so you can get a sense of some of my goals, how I'm thinking about self-care. Because as most of you may know, I am a wife. I'm a mom of a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. I am a business owner. I run and operate a co-working space and leadership incubator that centers the healing, creativity, activism, and thought leadership of women of color called Zora's House, which I love. But my life is busy. There's like a lot of stuff going on here. And so I really want to go through the self-care planner and kind of show you guys what I am thinking about. But back to the plan, which, by the way, my computer has just like gone to sleep as a total disrespectful reminder that I should be doing work right now, but I'm not. So yes, we have this page, and let's see what's next. So then we have the self-care map. So most of us only have a few precious moments to ourselves, so let's make the most of it. Customize your favorite self-care acts based on what you need in the moment. Begin to fill out the worksheet below. So this is basically an opportunity to actually think about what kind of things we do for relaxation, for health, for connection, rejuvenation, comfort, and expression. I like this because it basically like lists things, allows you to list things so that when the moment arises, if you don't have an idea, you can actually turn back to this page and it gives you some examples of things you can do. Take a bubble bath, stargaze, turn on a diffuser, try an adult coloring book, all of these things for relaxation and for every category. And then you also have an opportunity to set recurring self-care acts that you kind of like a recurring goals or intentions that you have once a year, every month, every week, every day. I'm really interested to like think through some of this because I have not, and I will be interested to see what comes of this. And then you have this create your vision of balance. So take a moment to think about what is important to you in each of the areas below. Include your dreams for the future, anything you hope to avoid, ways you want to feel, people you hope to attract. These are almost like mini vision boards for each one of these. And honestly, I'm thinking that this is how I'm going to treat this page. I'm not exactly sure, but I think that is kind of what I'm thinking. I've never done circular vision boards before, so this is going to be really interesting, but I'm thinking that's kind of like how I want to do this page. We'll see. And then this is a goal setting page. So write down the top goals that you have to achieve within the next 6 months. This is a 6-month planner, just FYI. Make sure that you are keeping your vision of balance in mind. And then these are just some different categories: work, well-being, relationships, recreation, finances, and spirituality. And by the way, monthly intention pages also reflect these kind of goals so that people can kind of check in. I'll be honest, I don't really love this page. I don't even understand this page because I'm just like, so are you just supposed to like list like 30 goals? I don't know. I think that a lot of people would really love this page, but this is not really how I goal set. And we'll talk about that in a little bit when we talk about how I will be customizing this to fit my needs. So then you get into designing your ideal routine, morning, throughout the day, and evening. And you actually have 2 pages, one for kind of like a regular work day, one for an off day if you want to have like a weekend or something like that. I actually been working to design my ideal week, so I may have to like add something here, add a flip out or something that kind of like just acknowledges like my ideal weekly schedule as well. But again, I actually really like this page. So a lot of these pages, like I said, I don't always like this, all of this work at the beginning of the planner. It's like, Ninja, I came to plan. Good Lord. They're like, and you're going to plan your entire life. So I don't always like this, but for whatever reason, I'm feeling it. And I think I need some help when it comes to self care. So that's probably why I'm more likely to be like, all right, I'm in here with you. So then you have a year at a glance page. And this is a page very similar to your future log page in your bullet journal. Let me turn to my bullet journal. So similar to a future log where you basically say what's going on every month. Because with this one, you're drawing in your month or kind of like planning your month at the time that that month comes up. So you do January at the beginning of January. And so you want to make sure you have a place to note what's going to be going on in your life. In those months, kind of like planning out. Like I now know my family is coming in May, so I'm gonna put that here somewhere, so I can be reminded that they're coming. So that's similar to this year at a glance. And then you have, so then starts, those are all of kind of like the planning pages. So then you have your monthly intentions. So your intentions page, this is where you start at the beginning of every month, where you can talk about what are some of the things that you hope for yourself this month, some goals that you have. Then, of course, you have your regular calendar monthly calendar page. This is undated. I always like to use undated because it stresses me out to have dated calendars and then not use them all the way. So I really prefer undated. So at the corner, you can see there are spaces for positive self-talk, ways that you'll treat yourself, acts of kindness, things you don't want to forget, as well as a little space here for personal goals and notes. Work goals and notes. And so, they have some little self-care challenges every month. Pick a section of your space to organize each week this month. Studies show that living in a clutter-free space can help you be more calm and productive. When I had this planner before, first of all, I like rarely filled out my monthlies. Let me see if I can get to like some monthlies. You'll see that I like fill this out on a week to week, but like I like never filled out any of my monthlies. I never did any of these self-care challenges. But you know what? I'm a different me. I'm a different person. This is like February of 2019, I think. And it's just like, I don't even know. It's just mad struggly. Like this was January, which is my birthday month. So I was trying to I don't know what I was trying to do. Just the struggle was real. I kind of like put some washi down and tried to like do a little bit of reflecting and I never really used these pages that much last time I had this journal, but I'm changing my ways. Okay. I'm gonna be all up in this monthly page, all up in this. I'm gonna do the challenge. I'm gonna be doing my monthly. I'm a new me, okay? So then every month, at the end of the month, you have an opportunity to do a review where you can talk about what are your top personal and work accomplishments. You reflect on days when you are most productive and least productive. Reflect on your mood. And also thinking about what you want to focus on next month. There are some different things. Most challenging, what can you do differently? And then, of course, there are all of these areas where you can start to think about how are you doing in these areas and kind of like what was happening that month that was reflecting on those areas. So I'm really excited for this because in my bullet journal, I attempted to do a monthly reflection page. This is from January, which was very stressful for me. As you can see, the month of the word was pressure. And I tried to think about lows and highs, and I left a reflection section. And I'll be honest, I'm just not that good at doing monthly reflections like this, but I want to do more because I really appreciated when I did take the time to do this. And then I had some memories and things like that in here, which was cool. And I'm not sure when I do my monthly review if I'm going to use this or if I'm going to end up putting pictures here and doing memory keeping. I don't know how I'm going to use it, but I know that I am going to use it, and I think I'll do better when I don't have to create the review page. So you'll see that is the same kind of format for all 6 months of this. And then we get to, it's got 6 months worth of reflections and intention setting on a monthly basis. Then you have this dot grid page to kind of like start off on your weekly. And I'll probably decorate this just to a marker as like, oh, we're starting off on the weeklies. So every week you start off with a page that looks like this that talks about what are some of your personal to-dos and your work to-dos that week. and it allows you to really track um your hours of sleep and your overall mood, and then any habits that you're trying to track that week, and whatever reward, if you're going to give yourself a reward. So I like this. This is actually different than, again, the previous page. Let me turn to a weekly. So here's a weekly on the previous page. They actually had your top priorities, and then a space for your habits. And then they had, a place for you to track your sleep and mood. So that is pretty much the same. Although I actually like this open graph more than I like this kind of situation, but we'll see. And then they had this weird week at a glance thing. And I think if you look through this planner, I should do a flip through of my 2019 planner just so you guys can see it. But anyway, if you look at this, you'll see that like this week every week I was trying to figure out what the hell to do with this section. I was like, what is this for? Like, this is too small to like just, I don't know, whatever. I did not know what this was for. So this week I was like, well, let me put some different words, intentions for every week, every day. That shit clearly did not happen. Let me see if I can do another week. Nope, just didn't put anything down there. You can notice all of my exercise. None. Oh Lord. So sometimes I just like put like whatever. I'm just gonna put a sticker here. Like I could just never figure out what to do with that entire section. So I'm gonna have to do a flip through of this planner. So they clearly, I was not the only one, because they got rid of that section. They made the work and personal to-dos longer. I use an Alistair method for doing all of my to-do lists, which is something else that I will likely make a video on if you guys are interested in seeing how I do my to-do list. This is actually how I do my to-do list. And I am happy to go through my entire system for you guys. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, but I think this would work for a lot of people, and I'm going to figure out a way for it to work for me as well. And then on the day-to-day basis, you have the date, you have I'm grateful for. You can actually put in your real-time schedule, and you can also put whatever to-dos are on your list. If you have a top goal for the day, you can circle what type of weather is happening, which is awesome. There's a place every day, there's a box for you to say what type of self-care are you doing, to track your water and track your meals, and any exercise you're doing. In my current bullet journal, I also have a space to track meals, and that's just because I really loved tracking my meals. I learned that if I don't track my meals, then it's really easy for me to get off track and forget to eat because I get busy. And so that is something that I currently use. Now, I have never been one to actually use the hour by hour schedule. So again, I'll probably do a flip through of this entire journal, but just to give you an idea, like I would just straight up put stickers wherever I want them. And so the hour to hour schedule just is not something that I have used previously, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I know there are people who love this, and so it is going to be a really good fit for most folks. So that is the self-care planner from Simply Self. Like I said, I love this planner last year. Just looking at the planner from last year makes me want to do a flip through for you guys so that you can see it. But I really love this planner from last year. I loved using it. I've loved the bullet journal. And what I'm realizing is that I need to actually take the Simply Self and do some customizations to it to make it my own, because I love it, but it's bland, Joe. Like, it's mad bland. And also some of these things, like, I don't know, some of the pages I feel like I'm gonna have to rework a little bit to make them actually work for me. So in the next video, I am going to be showing you guys how I customize this, including some hints for you happy planner folks out there, or those of you who love disc-bound systems, how you can customize and actually add pages to a spiral bound planner. Because in addition to my self-care notes, I also need to have pages that have to do with my business and how I'm growing in that way, and some household stuff. So without those type of planners, this planner is not going to fully work for me. So I am going to be customizing it on the mama front, on the entrepreneur front in the next video. So make sure you catch that. Also, my eyebrows look ridiculous, and I'm just realizing that. Part of me is like, you should definitely go do your eyebrows and then come back and re-record this. And another part of me is like, bitch, you have a whole ass grant to create and you ain't about to do your eyebrows. So you know what? Y'all just gonna get all this wholesomeness. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video because we customizing. We customizing out here. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, Cub Scouts.